All right, let's do the second day of going live. Let's see how this works out. Uh, how do I want to set this up? Actually, oh shoot. Sup, Chris? Sup, McSailor? Hey, Spartan. All right, day 2 of being live. I'm gonna on my computer upload this so I can see the questions at the same time if I can find it. I'm all right. Today's a lazy day. Sup, Johnny? It's raining on the East Coast. Sup, Cyrus? It's raining in Virginia almost, not a lot, but like just drizzles every day. The vlog. I don't know if my connection is bad, but my connection should be all right. Hey, quick question. During the boot camp, PFT, do the push ups have to be continuous? Yes, you can't. So when you're doing push ups, right? Wait, camo? During the boot camp, boot camo, PFT? You mean the PRT, PFA, like the push-ups and stuff? So for while we're on that subject, okay. So for the PRT, right, you first do the sit-ups, right? Do you first do the sit-ups? Let me think. Sit-ups, push-ups, then the run. Yeah. You first do the sit-ups, I'm pretty sure, and it's continuous. You can rest in an up or down position. So somebody's going to be holding your feet, and then you do it. Your hands have to be on your collarbone, and you just have to touch your thighs, any part of your thighs. And you do that continuous. You can rest in the bottom or in the top position, up position, and right after that, about in between 2 minutes, 2, 3 minutes, they're going to be going over within that 2 minutes. Your next, no, actually, I think you have about 4 minutes of rest because you usually do it with a partner. So after your 2 minutes, your partner does it for 2 minutes, and then after that, they go into push-ups and they read off instructions for the push-ups, the proper procedure and forms, what to do and what not to do. So you have about 4 to 5 minutes of rest in between each workout. So for the push-ups, yes, it has to be continuous. You can rest in the up position. You can't be, your legs, your body can't be touching the floor. The only thing that's going to be touching the floor are your hands and your feet, your toes. Yeah. So it has to be continuous. You got it. So what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to be doing 30 minutes until 18:30 on YouTube and 30 minutes on Instagram Live to try out Instagram. I never tried Instagram Live, so that'll be exciting. My allergies are kicking in too. My allergies are pretty bad. So how's everyone's day today? Headaches and my allergies. That's good. Nothing too crazy. I had freaking, um, what is it? Uh, Chicken teriyaki from a Chinese place. My day is pretty good except for the chicken part. I had for like 3 o'clock, like an early dinner. Uh, Went to the place, got my chicken teriyaki, and I guess it's been like sitting there for a very long time. I don't know why, but the flavor was extremely off. I'm at Virginia right now, Virginia, Newport News. And so the chicken was like mushy, it was slimy, it was just not worth it. That was terrible. Most people don't like to be in Newport News. I personally don't mind. Uh, in Virginia, they have the largest naval base, so that's actually pretty cool. It has like the NEX, big NEX commissary. I'm in Virginia Beach at my C school. For what rate? Greetings from Puerto Rico. Huh. Felix? Hope I said that right. Felix. So where's everyone from? Like what state or country? State or country? AT. New Jersey. I'm from Pennsylvania. What do you what do you eat when you are on the ship in the Navy? New Mexico, New Mexico, Cali. In the ship, the food they serve, it's very repetitive. Like every Tuesday for lunch, it's Taco Tuesday. Every Wednesday is burger, like Build a Burger. They have a set menu every single day, which so what you will be like almost every single day you'll eat some form of chicken, whether it's like baked chicken, grilled chicken, or like spiced chicken. If that's not the case, then there'll be like chicken stuffed with like spinach inside, or cordon. What is it called? Cordon bleu or something like that. Timmy Two Trucks, greetings. So and there's always some sort of beef, and there is like mixed vegetables, uh, and always rice and mashed potatoes with some sort of weird gravy. They have this. I don't know why they don't just have like a standard normal gravy. They have like chicken gravy. They have like light chicken gravy. The weirdest gravy flavors you could ever think of. They have it. From Germany. Cyrus, are you in Germany right now? Or are you like originally from Germany? Excited for the PRT coming up. Yeah, I know. I think I'm taking the PRT like late May or early June. The only thing I need to work on for my PR is my runtime. My runtime needs to be better. I can only do a mile and a half if I push myself in 12 minutes, which is not that good. Looking like a snack. Thanks, Janet. Hey, Janet. So, for those of you who came later on and you're wondering, I'm reading the comments on the right side because on my phone it only shows like for a brief like 10 seconds and it disappears. So maybe it's weird for you to look at in my sideways. I don't know. So the ship that I'm in is the USS Abraham Lincoln, which is the Nimitz class. I think right now they have the Ford. It's a new class of carriers, so that's they're testing that out, and if that's successful, I don't know if they're going to phase out the Nimitz class and all the ships that come after the new carriers. They're going to make it a Ford type. Is it easy to get along with everybody in a ship? Yeah, it's pretty easy to get along with everybody because from at least from my perspective, everyone's like new, right? When they first come to the Navy, they don't know anybody, and so they have to make friends. So everybody's in that zone where they have to make new friends from the beginning, and you multiply that by everybody, and everyone's willing to talk to you or make friends. There are always like salty people here and there, but for the most part, everyone's nice, at least from my experience. I've met like, not so nice people every once here and there, but usually they're the ones that get in trouble and then they get kicked out, which I've had that multiple times. What do you like to do when you're on board the ship? So, when you're on board the ship for recreational activities, there is the MWR, at least in a carrier, not in every single ship. The smaller ships won't really have an MWR, but MWR stands for Moral Welfare Recreation. So you give them like your identification, and they'll let you use, like rent, like check out a game, sub gauge, bossum, like rent a game or gaming console or like a chessboard, Monopoly board. So they have a bunch of different things that you can rent and check out for you to use while you're on the ship. All I have to say is your videos help me, so thanks. You got it, Dad. Glad to hear that it helped. I'm not planning on joining as an AO, but what's your opinion on them? There's a lot of AOs. It's very surprising. One thing with AOs that's like, it's extremely odd, especially with the air rate, is like a lot more females join as an AO from what it seems like, in my opinion. I don't know exactly why. What? But Brandon Ferguson, hey Yoon, any LS job tips leaving for boot camp next month? It really depends on where you end up going. It's if you go on you're most likely going to be in a ship your first time, and it really depends in the command on where your ship is, where your ship's going, and in my opinion, that's going to dictate, your Navy experience. It could be good, it could be bad, or it could be just in between. You never know. Some rates, I don't know, like ITs. Like some of my friends came into the military, went to boot camp, went to IT, and then right off the bat they got shore command for 2 years, and then they just had sea duty for like a year and a half. So that's like the way to go. That's like the life, because they have a little bit of every experience. Whereas some other people like me, right? Yeah, I finish boot camp, I finish A school, and I go straight to my command, and I'm stuck here for 4.5 years compared to the ITs, or not specifically ITs, it could be changed by now, but my friends, when they joined, right, they didn't have a need to go out to sea right away on a ship. So they went to boot camp, ITA school, and probably sea school, and then their shore duty command, and then their sea duty command. So they have 5 different places that they visited compared to like just three. So sometimes that sucks. People make fun of AO, but seems like a good rate. Yeah, air department as a whole is, I think, in my opinion, just as comparable as to supply department, which is what I'm in. So Eric Mario, what's up, Eric? How long will I be streaming? I'm going to be streaming for. Where's my watch? Oh, there it is. I'm going to be streaming here until 18:30. Can you see it actually? Does that make it worse? 18:30, which is 6:30, and then from there, I'm gonna try to go on Instagram and be live for another 30 minutes until 1900, which is 7 o'clock. I am I am not single, Ethan. I don't know if you can see this guy. Hey Yoon, have you have any experience with MC sailors? So talk about their job is like ours, deployment, chain of command. So Michael, I originally wanted to be an MC, but unfortunately, my recruiter lied to me, and I wasn't able to be an MC. So one thing with MC is, at least for where I am in my ship, they're running around with the camera, taking stories, right? Or not particularly in the ship. They could be going to a veteran's house, where retired veterans are, or some kind of event outside, and then creating some kind of story, and they'll have a paper, and then every week my ship has like what happened that week for the ship. So there's like different stories, uh, or take different pictures or make videos. My ship has what's called a boat show, which just highlights the importance of either safety or something's coming up, news for the week, and they show it to everybody. Which it's not that popular, but MCs. I have a couple of MC friends, and from their experience, they don't like being an MC. I know one particular guy, he's trying to switch to be a corpsman. But I also do have LS friends that want to be an MC. So, I'm not saying it's good, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, here's the facts, or here's from my experience with my friends. Sang Chu asks, can you do 20 years in the Navy, and what is life like for LS? I'm personally not going to do 20 years in the Navy. Uh, I'm just not about this life. Although I could, if I really wanted to, I guess. If I really wanted to stay in, I would definitely try to be an officer if I wanted to stay. But 20 years as enlisted is not the way for me. How do you get good at push-ups? Uh, Personally, for me, the way I do push-ups is I have a set amount that I'm gonna do throughout the day. Hey, uncle, I love you too. I have a set amount of push-ups that I'm gonna do throughout the day. So, for example, for about two weeks, I had a thing where I did 1,000 push-ups a day. So every 30 minutes from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I did 50 push-ups, and throughout the day, that adds up to 1,000. So, when I'm working, whatever I do, I'll stop and do 50 push-ups. But that's a little bit more advanced, but for starting out, if you want to do push-ups, just have a set amount, let's say 100 each day. And every, hour or 30 minutes, do 20 push-ups and then just add up to 100. Do that for a week, and next week increase that number to maybe like 150, whatever the case may be, or 200 if you want to really push yourself. And then slowly increase your numbers, but do it, by sets. And periodically, once a week, test yourself, do, push-ups nonstop. My personal best with continuous push-ups nonstop is 90, so I'm really trying to push for 100. But push-ups for PRT, I'm okay. I just need to improve on my run time. I am E3. If you end up wanting to enlist again, would you enlist with the Air Force this time? If I really wanted to join the Air Force, what I would do, I guess, is I would finish out my contract with the Navy, right? So I do my 5 years here, and then after that, I would if I was gonna stay in the Navy, I would do officers. So finish out school, and then from there, go be an officer for the Air Force. What kind of classes do they offer while on deployment? Can you choose? And is there any guidance counselors? So yes, there are some sort of guidance counselors. We call it Navy career counselors. You have one for your department. So for aviation, it's air department. For supply, it's supply department. For, let's say, nukes, they have a reactor department. So there's a bunch of different departments, right? And every department has a career counselor, and also there are specific people designated to Navy career counselors. So they help you, or they're there to assist you along the way. And in terms of classes, it really depends. Let's say you're on deployment. If your college has like a military program where they allow you to give you the material to take classes while on deployment, you could do that way. There are some military sponsoring colleges out there that have that kind of program. There are also in the ship, they bring like professors, like teachers, and they teach throughout deployment. So that's some of the things. Why do a lot of people stop at E5 or E6 by that dude? So once you hit E6, right, which is Petty Officer First Class, a good handful of people stop there because E6 is what you need to finish out 20 years. That's the bare minimum rank you need to do 20 years in the military. You can't do 20 years as an E5 because you get, well, I forgot exactly what the term is, but I think it was like capped or something. And then they basically kick you out and give you a certain amount of money. So most people strive to hit E6, and after that, if they want to push themselves, they hit chief, and then once you hit senior chief, then you're kind of right in front of the door to become a master chief. So, what do you think about the new uniform changes? Do you think it's for the better, NW Type 3 instead of the blue or the green? So a lot of people that are wearing the blue uniform right now would also, are excited for the new uniform, the green ones. But for the most part, the thing that people are looking forward to the most are the boots, because the new uniform, it could vary, like depending on what the captain wants to do, I guess. But the new uniform comes with the brown boots, where you don't have to polish it. The standard navy blue uniform has a black boots that you always have to polish, which does get annoying because if you want a decent polish where your boots are looking, pretty good, it takes an hour. And so every week, once a week or twice a week, you're going to shine your boots. That basically takes 2 hours off your day just shining boots while you're watching TV or whatever the case may be. But with the new uniform, if the boots change also, then we save that much amount of time for more other personal things. Let's see. Kappa Noam Nonami. Kappa Nonami. Are you in the ship right now? No, I am not in the ship right now. Parade gloss works. I don't use parade gloss. I just do it with a regular paste. The Navy military worth it. Hi Elijah. What's up? Smart. So what job would you do for the Air Force if you joined? Well, I never really particularly researched different rates in the Air Force. But I would try to do anything similar to the business side or what I'm doing now, logistics specialist. Or when I'm as an officer, I would be doing more management work. I'm an E3 and I have an AA degree. Is it possible to get my bachelor's degree in the Navy with my 4-year contract by Garrow? Or if I hope I said that right. It is. It really depends on where you go, really. If you luck out and go to a ship or a command that's not going anywhere anytime soon, or if you get a shore duty command for your first 2 years or so, then yeah, you definitely have the opportunity. But if you join the Navy, you finish boot camp, and then you finish A school, and you go on a deployment right away, and your ship is constantly on a deployment or underway, then that's going to be extremely, extremely hard. You are still able to take some sort of college credits, but it might not be the ones that you need that are tailored to your specific degree. So it's yes and no. It depends on where you go. Rock ROKBQ. What's up? I'm going to sign a contract for AECF soon. You know anything about FCs and ETs? I don't really know much about them. I have some ET friends. Yeah, ETs. I know they have a long A school, and I think they have like 9 months of A school, and then they can go to yeah they also do go to C school for about a month, so they have 10 months of school, and I believe their contract is 6 years, and once they finish A school, they come out as a E4. Not right away. You submit some paperwork. Um, so because of your education and training, you do come out with E4. Hydrate 6 inches apart. Air chairs get their 10 count to begin. Yep. Yoon, what is your favorite cereal brand? My oh shoot. My favorite cereal brand. Let me think. Go to. I like Captain Crunch. Let me think. I would say Captain Crunch. My rank Cyrus is E3 LSSN, Logistics Specialist Seaman. When you get to pick orders, do they tell what ship you will be on, or uh, it depends on your command. I mean, your A school. Uh, I think I think sometimes you are given a choice. It also depends on your rate and the availability. But at the end of the day, wherever the Navy needs you, they're going to send you regardless of what you want. So, for example, when I was in A school, my first week in A school, they gave me, a piece of paper, right? They gave me a piece of paper and said, "Are you satisfied with your rate? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go, pick one, two, and three, one being what you want the most, three being what you want the least." And there were three options, right? East Coast, West Coast, overseas. So I put overseas as number one, West Coast number two, and East Coast number three, what I want the least, right? And I got stuck with being in the East Coast. So uh, it depends on the availability. I'm sure if the availability is there for, hey, we need a certain number of E3s for this command and this coast of overseas, they're going to send it to you. They're going to send you, but sometimes, right? Some of my friends that are also went through the LSA school, they were given a choice, right? Because at that time, a year before I joined, there was a lot of availability. Let's see. Any tips? Can you give some insights on EN rate? I don't know what EN is. Um, Fortunately, I don't think I can help you. Maybe in the future, when I have some EN friends. Any tips on how to get a career? So personally, for me, you know, my advice on a career being in the military, let's say like a short 4 or 5 year career, right? Ships. Uh, in terms of career, take it a day at a time and make sure you get your qualifications early. I'm kind of playing catch up right now, but I'm still ahead of the curve. But get your qualifications early and take it a day at a time, right? Don't think about your contract as 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, because that does get depressing. At least for me, it does affect me. It makes me very upset to think about I have, let's see, almost 3 more years of this, which does get crazy if you think about it. You're living in the ship within those 3 years, majority of the time. So, what do you think about intelligence specialist (ISs)? I don't know much about ISs. What is expected when you get to Navy boot camp? You're expected to be able to perform everything on the why is it the the depth guide that they give you in the recruiting office, like being able to do a certain amount of push-ups to pass, and also knowing everything on the book, because when you get to boot camp, they're going to quiz you the depth test, and it's based on the book and first week of boot camp. So that's what you're expected to be able to do. Is it required to get your qualification pin, and how? Also, is it easy to obtain one? So my ship is fairly easy to obtain the enlist surface warfare and air warfare, and my ship also has the information dominance warfare. So they are pretty relatively easy. So I have my surface warfare. I'm working on my air warfare. I believe I will get that in about a week or two. And then after that, I'm going to go after the information dominance warfare, which should take about a month to get. Hey, I had to go somewhere. What happened while I was gone? What's your view on airmen? They have a pretty good community, air department. Um, nothing too crazy. What is your rank? Are the women pretty in the Navy? My rank is E3 LSSN, so logistics specialist seaman. So one thing you're going to experience in boot camp is your, you know, my RDCs, recruit division commanders, made all the recruits say to the RDCs, petty officer, first class, or chief. chief petty officer. But once you get out of boot camp, how you're going to be addressing people is, LS1 or, chief or senior or master chief. So nothing like, chief, senior. It's weird how they have it in the book. They have it in the book one way, but actually once you get out of boot camp in the Navy, they have it in another way. So we got a troll here. This troll get once in a while. That's fine. How many people are the three RDCs? Okay, anyway. Let me read these questions here. How are the girls to places you go? Ah, honestly, it really well, I guess it wouldn't really depend. Um, air girls have pretty girls, right, Ethan? I would say air department has pretty girls, right? Weapons weapons department. Yeah, I think air has pretty girls. Nukes? Only select few for nuke department. I mean reactor department. So I mean, I personally would say, maybe like 1 in 10 females in the Navy or in the ship that I'm in are, to me, somewhat attractive. Let's see. Can you make a video about average? Dang it, I lost it. Average day of your workday. I can't film in my. I can't film in my ship, so I can't really give you a day in a life. Does ship life suck? No, it's really what you make of it. Um, Let me see. Yeah. Okay, the troll off chat. How do I kick this guy off? Block. There we go. He should be gone now. What are some quick tips to make top of my class in A school? Asks Garrow. Dude, MU musician rate? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll talk about that in a bit, but uh, to be top of your class, in my opinion, so once you are top of your class, you get AAP, I think, right? Double AP, which makes you have to AAP. Let's say you are E3 coming out of boot camp, and then once you are top of your class, number one, you get AAP. So you come into your fleet, the ship, and you submit a paperwork, and it might take a week or a month, and then you become E4, and in return, you extend your contract for a year. That's almost double edged because if you can already study well, right? Once you become E3, the next cycle in a year, you take the advancement exam twice a year. So if you're pretty good with tests, it really, in my opinion, right? JT, Justin. uh, uh, JT, you should do live chats too. I'm trying to experiment with it. But anyway, if I had the choice, I'm not on deployment. I just I just didn't make a video for a long time. Uh, yeah, if I let's say I was in LSA school and I was top of my class and I had AAP, if if I had the choice with what I know now, I wouldn't take the AAP because I personally wouldn't feel like it's worth it, right? Because I already have a 5 year contract, and if I get the AAP, yes, I would be an E4, but I'd be extending my contract by a year, so that's 6 years, and that's painful. That's painful, man. I wish I had a 4 year contract. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter, man. I'm a lover. Sup, Jared? So with MU rate, I feel like MU is like the, I'm pretty sure it's hard to get into and it's very competitive and whatnot, but I feel like MUs are, uh, they would have a pretty relaxing career in the Navy, whether it's 4, 5, or 6 years, whatever the case may be. I wish I looked more into being an MU. Like you're in the Navy, you play an instrument, so you learn that instrument and then you can take it for the rest of your life. JT, if I ever go to oh shoot, if I ever go to Cali, we'll have a PRT off or something. We will. Q&A, JT and Yoon. But my internet sucks. And have you ever gotten seasick? The closest that I got to being seasick was in my ship. Sometimes they'll like tilt the ship, and you can't really notice when you're actually in the ship, but you can feel it. Like it's weird. The sensation is weird. You your eyes pick it up. Like somehow your eyes feel it, but you can't really see it. And the feeling's weird when they start to, yeah, but they still turn the ship. Is internet free while on foreign port? No, internet gets limited. Sup, Kevin? Rin? I am not on the deployment. Jared? I'm 17. Should I join the National Guards? That's really up to you and if you find it beneficial. Stephanie Flores, what's up? So probably at 45, I'm going to switch over to Instagram and do a hangout on Instagram for 15 minutes. And yeah, I'm probably going to be doing that again tomorrow. Get orders to California. I'm not. I'm not. I don't know if I want to re-enlist. If I do re-enlist and have a shore command, so I do 5 years at sea right now, or not fully five, but A school, boot camp, and then rest of my contract 5 years with my ship, and I re-enlist for 3 years. It's like it's reduced by 6 months, but I'm pretty sure if we're on a deployment, while my contract is ending, they're gonna extend me. But if I do reenlist and I do get to pick, I'm probably either going to Europe, to Italy, or either Europe or Hawaii. Either one of those. LS's and CS's best buds, to some degree, I guess. It is within supply department, and we do share a berthing in the ship. So they are pretty relatively close. So yeah, I do not have any funny jokes. I'm not a funny guy. I don't know if you can watch Instagram live on your computer. Let me know, Jared, if you do, if you are able to. How often do they drug test you? It's at random. Like they could test you, 3 times in 2 months or maybe once a year. It's at random. What are some quick tips to make top of my class in A school? I already said that, Jaro, or maybe I got sidetracked. But just stay focused to be top of your class. Stay focused and be associating yourself with like the smartest people, uh, and just devote a lot of your hours, a lot of your time on just studying. At least that's how the person that I went to A school with got top of his class. Not to say he didn't have a life outside of that, but I saw you on the street, but I was too scared to hug him. You saw me. I was probably wearing this. I only wear this. Yes, they do give out free condoms in at medical where the corpsmen are. They have like a little basket where they give out free condoms, uh, because it's better to be safe. I didn't get to see the Walmart video yet. Was it funny? I mean, it's not like laugh out loud funny. It's just entertaining. Let's see. What was I gonna say? What else? So if you guys ever see me outside, like wandering out and about, don't be scared. I do have the resting RBF face where I look mean all the time, but I'm a pretty nice guy. How do you personally feel about stolen valors that wear the uniform and claim they served? As long as, I mean, I personally don't really care about them as long as they're not hurting anybody or uh, using it to like commit some type of fraud, like, like, hey, I used to serve, give me all this money, then I don't really care. If they're out and about, not hurting anybody, I'll look at them and say, their uniform is off. Maybe they're not in the military, but I'm personally not the type to go and confront, like, hey, take it off. You know, I'm not that type of person. What do you know about gunners mates? GMs? I think, I don't know too much about GMs. I think they were like the other day counting all the bullets.
They just go to the gun range and disassemble and assemble guns
Assemble and disassemble guns
and clean them.
and clean them. That's what my friend just told me. I was never on a deployment. I don't know where people are saying I'm on a deployment. That's a myth. I'm not on a deployment. I never went on a deployment.
And you never will.
I will go on a deployment. I will go probably in like 2 years or so, or a year and a half, but not anytime soon. I just didn't post videos just because I was away for a while. GD, Japa, what's up? So in a minute here, I'm going to be my favorite meme. I don't really have a favorite meme, or I can't think of one. What ship were you on in boot? What was it? wasn't the Pearl. The Pearl's the building where you first come in. Hopper? Grace Hopper? Yeah, I think it was Grace Hopper. Yeah. So in a minute here, I'm going to be switching over to go Instagram Live. How do I take leave after A school? You request it when you are in A school. I'm going to be going Instagram Live just to test it out. I never went Instagram Live, so it'll be my division number was 251, and my brother division was 252. Give me a shout out right now. Who was that? Carlos. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Instagram. Also, what do you think about the new uniform? I heard the Navy is going to go green. I personally, I don't really care about the uniform, except on the blue uniform, they have like pockets here, the blueberries, which is pretty useless. So I hope they take that out. And the green uniform, I hope the only thing that they change, I don't mind uniform still uniform, but the only thing that I hope they change is for the blue uniform, you wear black boots, and for black boots, you shine them. You take about at least an hour a week to shine them, and it'll look pretty decent for the week. But with the new uniform, you don't have to do that because it's going to be brown boots, so you're not going to be spending that hour a week. Instead, you can spend it on something else. So I hope that happens where we don't have to wear those kind of boots anymore with the new uniform. No, this isn't my barracks. This is my friend's house. All right, so I am going to go on Instagram now. If you don't have an Instagram, make an Instagram account. Follow me at Yoon underscore ho dot underscore Kim. Or if you look at my YouTube page or my description section, I do have it listed there. Just click the link. And I don't know if you can do it with the computer. Let me know. So I'll see you on Instagram.